You've got questions. Tom and I from Ghosts of Boyfriends Past have some answers.
Reasonably considered answers, but maybe not the best advice at all times.
Look, all we're saying is that if you're going to take our advice, that's your choice, man. The lawyers, we didn't force you. There was nothing that we said that made you do it. But look, we have been doing this for a couple of years now. We've donned our agony aunt and uncle caps for a decent amount of time, and sometimes I think we know what we're talking about.
We're kind of love librarians. Someone will come in with an issue, and we go, "Yep, awkward breakups. That's down there to you know." And we sort of know how we can sort of point you to advice and snippets and things. So that's how I like to picture it. Hello and welcome, and thank you for braving our little responses here on a Minisode of Ghosts of Boyfriends Past.
Look, first of all, I want to jump on because we asked a question in our group on one of our previous episodes, which was, what item of clothing do you find super attractive on a person? Like just one that just makes you look at them and go, hot damn, like, yes, please. And the response is, so Tom, the response someone agreed with, you know, when a man rolls up a long-sleeved button-up shirt to his elbows, that was actually an answer that was literally just
something
said.
I'd read and seen and come across in the wilderness. And
4 people were like, oh my God, yes, in the group.
It's something about the forearms. So if a man has nice forearms, like I'm a skinny.
I have never looked at a man's forearms and gone, forearms.
But I understand it's if someone has nice maybe muscular
I think it's just
forearms.
Like they mean business, but they're also like relaxed and cool about it. I don't know. Somebody said marl grey track pants, slightly baggy, but not hanging down too low. Show me the abs. I can admire them on both sexes, to be honest.
Yes, the sweatpants do some heavy lifting for everyone. It seems.
And we had someone agreeing with me because I said I like a good blazer, and someone commented, me too, especially if it's tweed and or has elbow patches.
So I think when I posited this question, I said we'll get some weird and wild and a broad spectrum.
Here's one. Vests and corsets on men or women. Yeah.
See that? I had no idea.
Another vote for grey sweatpants. Jess Kate Ryan, black specs. We know this from every guy she's ever dated. And your lady commented on this one as well, take some notes.
Oh, no.
Pretty generic, but I like any type of suit wear, button-up shirts, slightly unbuttoned V-necks, ... eyeliner.
Yes, the eyeliner. Tom Harris, you know the phrase, great power, great responsibility, that one?
Yes.
This is my dilemma with eyeliner. I can't ever put it on because the power it has over other people, it's too great. And I know, you're all thinking, you smug asshole. No, I'm saying this, I know. But I said, when I raised that episode, I think, the question on that previous episode, I think I said my lady is more attracted to the suit rather than the person in the suit. So that's total vindication in my eyes.
And look, one more, we had high vis. Anyone in high vis or short, hard yakka,
so you can see them coming?
Shorts. Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, so that was I quite liked all the responses that we got for those questions.
Yes, both in quantity and the quality, the broad range.
Varied. Lots of people jumping on the track pants bandwagon that I didn't think would be up there.
Well, is it because on men? Is it the hint of sween you can see
Look,
in the track
it depends if they're wearing anything under the track pants, I guess. But like I have heard that like sometimes because they're quite a baggy fit. Yeah.
Mayhaps a hint of sween.
All right, have you got a question for us?
I do, as I clamber for my phone. Here's an interesting one. We've touched on jealousy in the past.
Yes.
Gonna revisit it. This question, I find myself getting crazy jealous when my partner talks to other women, even though I know it's nothing. That's important. Yep. So we're not gonna be like, girl, don't, you know.
Yeah.
How do I stop? So she knows it's nothing, right? And we've touched on jealousy before on this podcast. It's an ugly, weird emotion. When it strikes you, you feel different. You feel, I don't know. I feel like a different person. So as to how do you stop being jealous?
Well, the first thing is I like to try and figure out whether it's evidence-based jealousy or my own baggage jealousy. I think that's pretty important. And if you really do genuinely search within your heart and realize that you're not actually jealous of anything, that's happening. Not that you're trying to be like, oh, I know there's nothing happening. Like you genuinely don't believe anything's happening, then that's a you baggage problem. Therapy, section D, down to the...
Yep, that would be the first response.
Zane's pulled his microphone down. What's happening?
No. You said therapy, and like this is what my therapist told me to do. If you're feeling an emotion that you know has nothing to do with reality, call it out. Say to the person that's making you feel jealous or to your partner, to say, I'm feeling jealous right now and it's ridiculous. I know there's nothing going on, but I'm going to go away. But it's not nothing to do with you. Call it out. Make fun of it.
Name it.
Treat it as something outside of yourself because it's not yourself. It's just a stupid feeling that you're having.
It could also be, we could bring it back to some sort of self-help BS, and you could inquire, maybe it's something in my life that I need to work on. It might be an insecurity. It might be, I don't know, you might feel physically unattractive, or you might feel unhealthy, or whatever it is, might be pulling you away. So it could be a little self-help thing as well. Figure out what are you unsure of? What's tripping you up? Work on that, and that might help alleviate some of those feelings of jealousy.
And look, my therapist used to tell me that whenever there's something that I'm uncomfortable, like personify it. It's like similar to what Zane was saying. Like imagine it as this annoying fucking little like twerp of a bug just on the table, being like, you're feeling this, you dumb shit, and that way you can just like be like, stop it, stop being a dick, squish, move on, like.
Interesting idea. Just, hey, hun, this fucking ant running around on this table. That's not your problem. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. How do I deal with this? Well, you squash it.
You squash it. You squash it. All right, I've got one more for us. My partner is angry about what I did when we were broken up. My boyfriend and I broke up, his choice, for a couple of months after an argument. This isn't the first time he decided to break up because of a fight. He will break up and then come back in a few days wanting to fix things. Ugh. There's no ugh in this letter. That was all me. This most recent time I had it, I was sick of being tossed away over a fight, and I didn't want to fix things. We were broken up for 2 months. We've now been back together for 3 weeks. Last week at the gym, there was a guy I was talking to on Facebook while we were broken up who was there. We had never met in real life, but both recognized each other. My boyfriend saw that he was looking at me and shook his head at my boyfriend. That doesn't work. But anyway, I was honest with him right away. I told him that I'd been messaging this person but never exchanged numbers. My boyfriend is livid. He says I'm sneaky. He says I made a fool of him and made him look like a clown and I hurt him. Sorry, this is just how my voice went. I'm not passing judgment. What are you talking about? I don't even know what to say or do here, but he's not speaking to me and I feel like once again we're at risk of breaking up. I truly don't feel like I'm wrong here. I never thought that we would end up together again. I never met up with this guy, but I was honest with my boyfriend. Press it. That's all my advice for that entire thing. She said she's losing her mind. Is she as terrible as he's making me feel? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not.
One could hazard a guess that no, you're not. I dump him. I couldn't keep track. When you can't keep track of the question that's being asked of you, where it's this roller coaster of getting back together and this and that. It's. And you're there was a word to use. He's like not frustrated, heavier than frustrated. I don't know.
Losing my mind.
If you're losing your mind in a relationship, it's probably a good point to pause and figure that out. Especially if you've broken up once, twice. There's a third time, and we'll go for fourth. You know, but it's not the highest bidder wins in a relationship. It's not how many times you get back together.
If you are broken up, you have no right or claim to anything that anyone does while you are broken up. So I was in a relationship where I was cheated on for a period of 3 months. We broke up like hardcore. He dumped me, went away and had some sex with his mistress for fuck knows how long. Then when we got back together a couple of months later, when we were in couples therapy, and he found out that I had slept with someone 2 weeks after we broke up, he was furious at me saying, how dare you throw away 6 years of a relationship? How could you throw away that after 2 weeks? I'm like, -3 months, Buster. Like, no. When you break up, you are done. If he's still going to harp on about this, like, even if you had no other problems in the relationship, I'd still say dump them.
Yeah, and you don't quit a job and then get offended when they hire someone else to. You don't. You've got to. You can't have it both ways.
You made your bed. You fucking lie in it.
Gotta
and
lie in it.
Like, I'm just saying, run, girl. Like, run. I've got no other advice other than get out of there, because if he's going to keep dumping you on a whim and then policing your behavior, that's not healthy. Ever.
Yes.
The end.
I would be shocked if this relationship turned out to be like a 50-year marriage and go. It just doesn't seem.
You will be
like
walking on eggshells for the rest of your life, girl.
Yes, very, very tentative. Oh boy.
All right, that's it for questions this week.
That's it. We've had enough.
If we're going home.
That's right.
We've had enough of your shit. Stop coming to us with problems where the answer is quite simply dump them. No, we love it. We love it when you write into questions. We love being able to help you. We love being able to hear ourselves talk sometimes. So if you want to submit a question, you can go to ghostsofboyfriendspast@gmail.com. Send us a little email. Or you can go to our Ghosts of Boyfriends Past group therapy group and posit a question in there and get answers from a bunch of people who aren't just me and Tom.
Yeah, that's right. Get in there before you hear it read to you on air. Otherwise, genuinely thank you for continually listening, supporting us, for interacting or not. If you just listen to our show once a week and then head off, you never write in, you never rate, review, that's fine.
We still love you.
God,
we love you.
God, it means a lot to have such smart and intelligent and alluring,
discerning,
listener base. So please, everybody, go well and thank you.
Okay, and let's remember, if you are broken up, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
When you walk through an art museum, what happens?
You see some interesting things, you see some not so interesting things, and if you're like me at all, you're probably a little bit sleepy.
Well, grab a cafecito and listen up. It's Art Slice, a palatable serving of art history.
I'm Russell Shoemaker.
I'm Stephanie Dueñas. We are not your daddy's art history podcast. We are both artists, so we look at art history through that perspective. We cover the artists you know and those that have been ignored for so many different reasons.
We look at the context of the time, we compare it to today.
We don't dumb anything down, but, and this is a big but,
Hey-o.
we like to have a good time, okay? Nos gusta to goof around, all right? We have hungry pantry bonds that might startle you. It's a long story.
We feed them art materials. Art is just a visual language, so in order for us to interpret what we think it's saying, we hijack the work.
Right. How do you like that for an art heist?
Exactly. And ultimately, we decide if it belongs in our Art Slice Museum on top of the Art Slice Hilltop.
So if this all sounds good to you, join us on Art Slice, a palatable serving of art history.